Horrifying visuals are coming from the place where Israel and Palestinians are exchanging strikes. The best way to describe Israel and Palestine conflict is those who are not the target are so often the victims. Kids are crying over the loss of their dad and 16-year-old brother. The last 72 hours in this region is death and destruction. Innocent kids and women are also being killed. And what are these guys fighting over? The answer is 35 acres of land. Jews, Christians and Muslims, all three groups claim that these 35 acres of land and this structure belongs to their community. In this video, we will be finding out the religious belief behind this place, and let's understand the basics of Israel-Palestine conflict and its history. When the Ottoman Empire fell apart after the World War I, the British took control of the area. And initially the British permitted Jewish immigration. However, as the Jewish population increased, tensions between Jews and Arabs grew, and the Britishers decided to limit Jewish immigration. As a result, the Jews decided to fight both the British and the local Arabs. Then in 1947, the United Nations enters and they approved to divide the British Palestine into two separate states, which were Israel and Palestine. But the neighboring Arab countries like Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Syria saw it as Europeans trying to steal their land. And then it was time for Arab-Israel war. Israel won the war, and except for Gaza and the West Bank, Israel occupied all the territories at the end of the war. Gaza and West Bank were controlled by Egypt and Jordan respectively. Israel and neighboring Arab countries fought another war in 1957, and when it was over, Israel had hold of both the West Bank and Gaza. However, as Israel occupied West Bank and Gaza, which were supposed to be Palestinians' territory, the conflict became an Israel-Palestinian war. Palestinian Liberalization Organization, which was formed in 1960, fought Israel and conducted terrorism. And in the meantime, Israelis were moving in and settling in West Bank and Gaza as well. And then Palestinian dissatisfaction erupted in 1980s, turning violent. Israel retaliated with force. This was referred as an intifada, which is an Arabic term that means uprising. Meanwhile, a group of Palestinians in Gaza who considered the Palestinian Liberalization Organization as very secular founded Hamas, which is now considered as a terrorist organization, and Hamas was formed to overthrow Israel. Both Israel and Palestinians signed the Oslo Accord in 1993, which gave Palestinians the ability to rule themselves in several regions. Extremists from both the sides protested, and the protests were brutal, with Hamas even launching suicide bombings. And then between 2000 and 2005, there was a second intifada, and in 2005, Israel finally withdrew from Gaza and Hamas took over. And now Gaza and West Bank were totally divided, and Palestinians in West Bank protest on ongoing basis, and Hamas fights Israel on regular basis. This is the history of Israel and Palestine. Why Jerusalem is so important to Muslims, Christians and Jews? How did all these holy sites ended up in one place? Let's talk about Jews first. Between 587 BC and AD 70, Jews built two temples in Jerusalem that were the center of religion and communal life. Nearly 2000 years later, Jerusalem and the temple remain the center of traditional Jewish prayers. Jewish rabbinical teachings hold that when the Messiah will come, the temple will be rebuilt. Today, one of the old retaining walls of the temple, called the Western Wall, is principal worship site for the Jews. The Western Wall is also the epicenter of recent clash. Now let's talk about Christian. Jerusalem is also where Christians believe Jesus preached, died and was reborn. Many people believe that the city will be the center of the second coming of Jesus. For Christians from all over the world, Jerusalem has been a major pilgrimage destination. And what about Muslims? According to popular interceptions of Quran and other writings, it is also the location where Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. Muhammad was taken from Mecca to Jerusalem and then to the heavens. where he spoke with the prophets before returning to earth. Muslim shrines have existed in Jerusalem for over 1300 years. Who actually controls the holy sites and the city of Jerusalem? Following a war with other Arab states in 1967, Israel conquered and captured the eastern half of Jerusalem, bulldozing the houses in front of the western wall and constructing a plaza to host tourists and worshippers. The international community does not recognize Israel's jurisdiction over this territory and much of the old city population in Palestine. The entire old city, including its Muslim holy sites, is now within the border areas where Israel exercises final control. However, the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the Dome of Rock and the Temple Mount are administered by the Jerusalem Islamic Waqf, a Muslim religious organization overseen by the Jordanian government. The Israeli government and a group of powerful Orthodox rabbis exercise direct control over the Western Wall, and a complicated coalition of Christian groups exercise day-to-day authority over the church. Now, how the recent clashes started. Tensions in East Jerusalem have escalated since the start of Muslim holy month Ramadan on April 13th. Palestinians have clashed with police, accusing them of erecting barriers to stop them from gathering on steps outside Damascus Gate to break the daytime fast. Police say the measures are intended to help pedestrians flow into the old city. On 15th April, a TikTok video of a Palestinian teen slapping an ultra-Orthodox Jewish man went viral, which spiked the tensions as well. In all of April, the tensions were high. Palestinians and Israeli settlers first clashed on 6th May in Sheikh Jarrah, which is a Palestinian neighborhood in East Jerusalem. Israeli police arrested at least 7 people. On 7th May, large number of police were deployed on the Temple Mount, as around 70,000 worshippers attended the final Friday prayers of Ramadan at Al-Aqsa Mosque. After the evening prayers, some Palestinian worshippers began throwing previously stockpiled rocks, other objects at Israeli police. In response, officers fired stun grenades into the mosque compound as well as into the field clinic. More than 300 Palestinians were wounded as Israel police stormed the mosque compound. The storming came ahead of Jerusalem Day flag march by Jewish nationalists through the old city. Militants in Gaza fired rockets into Israel the following night. More clashes occurred from 8th May to 10th May. Meanwhile, Hamas demanded Israel remove its forces from Al-Aqsa Mosque by 10th May 6 p.m. and minutes after the deadline passed, Hamas fired more than 150 rockets into Israel from Gaza. The Israel Defense Forces IDF said that 7 rockets were fired toward Jerusalem and Bet Shemesh, which is another Israeli city, and they were intercepted. And in response to all that, Israel launched air strikes in the Gaza Strip on the same day. Now, what about casualties? 65 Palestinians had been killed, including 16 children, and more than 400 others are wounded. A Hamas commando identified as Muhammad Abdullah Fayyad, as well as 3 high-ranking Islamic Jihad commandos, were also killed. Another Hamas member was killed on 11th May. The deaths of 5 commandos were confirmed by the official statement of both the groups. Close to 10 people have died in Israel as well, including soldiers and innocent women. The conflict between Israel and Palestine is escalating towards a full-scale war, as UN warns. If the situation continues, more innocent civilians will die, as those who are not the target will so often be the victims.